Hey everyone, okay, let's dive right into this. Today we're unpacking a really fascinating explainer on the legacy and leadership of Umar bin Khattab. And what's super unique about the source material we're analyzing today is that it bridges deep foundational Islamic history with a very specific, totally modern set of questions coming right out of Saudi Arabia. So let's get right to it. Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll be kicking things off with Saudi Menne's Sualat, which means new questions in Saudi. After that, we'll look at Islam Mein Unka Maqam, his position in Islam. And finally, we'll wrap up with Nabi Pak Se Rishta, his relationship with the Prophet. All right, jumping right into section 1, new questions in Saudi. The source material actually kicks off with a highly specific modern-day mystery. It asks, what is the focus regarding his leader face and his name on stones in Saudi Arabia today? It's a really intriguing question, right? Because it takes this massive historical legacy and ties it directly to physical, contemporary representations that people are asking about right now. Now, what's really interesting about this specific detail is the exact wording the author uses. They ask about his leader Jahari, or his leader persona. It's almost a curiosity about image, How exactly is the sheer authority of such a historical titan visualized and framed for us today? It really makes you think about how we picture leadership in our own minds. And that curiosity connects directly to these stones. The source explicitly wants to know who exactly wrote his name on them. Honestly, this question hits the nail on the head regarding human nature. We have this deep-seated desire to find tangible, physical anchors for historical narratives, don't we? Seeing a name carved into rock literally connects the distant past straight into our present-day environment. So how does that physical evidence tie into the bigger picture? Let's move to section 2, his position in Islam. Here, the source scales up the inquiry significantly, asking, what is his overarching connection and role in Islam? Think about it. If you recognize a leader face today, your next logical question is going to be how this specific individual functioned as a central, stabilizing pillar in the foundational architecture of the entire faith. It's about stepping back and seeing that macro impact. To answer that, the author specifically demands a full detail script, which honestly makes total sense. I mean, you simply can't summarize sweeping administrative reforms, massive state expansion, and a gigantic jurisprudential legacy into just a quick sentence. The source fully acknowledges that capturing his true position requires meticulous detail. It's a complex history, and it absolutely deserves a deep dive. Let's move on and see how this all builds up in our final part. Section 3, his relationship with the Prophet. So what was his specific relationship with Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him? This right here is the crucial anchor to the whole story. We're shifting gears from that broad macro leadership we just talked about, down to the intimate bonds of companionship and the advisory roles that really cemented this foundational relationship. Because when you look at historical analyses of this era, broad administrative success is always deeply intertwined with a close personal proximity to the founder of the faith. So the crucial point is, how do these three distinct questions from our source material merge together? Well, you've got the modern representation in Saudi Arabia, the overarching connection to Islam, and that foundational relationship with the Prophet. Together, they form a complete 360-degree matrix. It's exactly what you need to truly understand a historical figure of this magnitude. You absolutely have to look at the modern relevance, the macro-historical impact, and those micro-personal relationships all at once. Which leaves us with a final, pretty provocative thought to chew on. How does understanding these three historical pillars actually alter our views on modern leadership? When a figure from literally centuries ago is still generating questions about his leader face and his name on stones today, it forces us to ask ourselves, what truly makes leadership endure? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.